Hello and welcome to the Strike a Balance podcast for Working Homeschool Moms. This is Charlotte Jones. I'm a homeschool coach and homeschooling mom of twin boys. I know it can feel really overwhelming to keep all the balls in the air all the time. So each week I chat about tips and strategies for being a happy and thriving working homeschool mom that you can implement in your life too. I also speak to awesome and inspiring women who manage to juggle homeschooling and work successfully and find out what their secrets are. Be sure to check out my time audit and mindset challenge in the show notes and sign up to my newsletter for lots of cool freebies. And if you ever need to chat, please book in a session with me. I'm so excited for you to be here and I hope you'll get so much value out of this episode. So let's get started. Are you looking for a new math curriculum? Well, I'm thrilled to introduce our favorite math curriculum to you. CTCMath specializes in providing online video tutorials that take a multi-sensory approach to learning. Favorably reviewed in Cathy Duffy's 102 top picks and the old Schoolhouse crew review, the lessons are short and concise to help your children break down concepts and appreciate math in a whole new way. The lessons are taught the traditional way and not to a test. Each one of the video tutorials is taught by an internationally acclaimed teacher, Pat Murray, who is renowned for teaching math concepts in a simple, easy-to-understand way and in only a few minutes at a time. Using a multi-sensory approach means having the combination of effective graphics and animation synchronized with the voice of a friendly teacher together with a practical assessment. This three-pronged attack makes learning so much easier and more effective. Even students who struggled with math are getting fantastic results, and ones who were doing okay before are now doing brilliantly. Visit CTCMath.com today to start your free trial. CTC Maths is generously offering my listeners an amazing special. Go to www.ctcmath.com/MLH to get a half-price discount plus a bonus 6 months for free. That's ctcmath.com/MLH. Hello, I'm so excited you're here today because today I'm talking about a topic that's really important for working homeschool moms, and that is self-compassion. So working homeschool mom, you need to shower yourself with self-compassion because what you're doing is hard and it takes a lot to juggle all the things. So let's dive into what self-compassion is and how to practice it in your daily life. So first of all, what is self-compassion? I think we all know what compassion looks like, and most of us are more than happy to show empathy, understanding, kindness, and love to others. But it's more difficult to turn these feelings inward. Self-compassion is much harder to practice, but research says that it's very important for our well-being. I'd like to quote from selfcompassion.org, and they say, the research of Dr. Kristen Neff and others strongly suggests that people who are more self-compassionate lead healthier, more productive lives than those who are self-critical. And the feelings of security and self-worth provided by self-compassion are highly stable. Self-compassion steps in precisely when we fall down, allowing us to get up and try again. Goodtherapy.org summarizes what Dr. Neff defines as self-compassion, and there are 3 elements. The first is being kind to yourself, so replacing criticism with kind behavior. The next is recognizing that you're human. Nobody's perfect, and that's perfectly okay. And the last element is mindfulness, so facing all your feelings with objectivity. It's definitely much easier to realize that we need to be nice to ourselves than to actually do it. It might make us feel self-indulgent, weak, embarrassed, or even guilty. We may have been brought up to believe that we must give but never receive. But I'm sure that you've experienced what it feels like to beat yourself up constantly when you fail, and I'm putting fail in air quotes. Does it feel good? I'm sure it doesn't. Do you have the confidence to try again? I'm guessing not. And can you achieve anything when in this state? Not likely. So let's look at ways to practice self-compassion in your life as a mom who works and homeschools at the same time. So let's start with the first element, which is being kind to yourself. We all know that we need to be kind, but it's often easier said than done. And when we try to turn that kindness inside, it can almost feel impossible. So what does it actually mean to be kind to yourself? Firstly, you can start by shutting off that negative voice in your head. Negative self-talk can be really detrimental to your mental health. Imagine someone constantly telling you you're stupid or pathetic or incapable. We consider that to be abuse. So you need to switch off that negative voice and switch it to a positive one. Now, it's going to take some practice, but it can become a habit with consistency. It's also really important to prioritize self-care, even though it can be really tough for us working homeschool moms because it feels like we have no time to spare. But nothing is kinder than making sure someone's needs and desires are met, and that must include you as the first priority. So this means taking time to do things that you enjoy, that light you up, that fill your cup, making sure you sleep enough, eat well, and get enough exercise, and doing what is needed for your physical and mental health too. So the next element is about being human, and you are only human. So accepting your flaws and imperfections isn't always easy. We live in a world where we're bombarded by images of perfection, once again in air quotes, and you have to be superhuman to not be affected by this. But it's another important part of how to show ourselves self-compassion, and there are some practical things that you can do to overcome this and to be immune to comparisonitis. Unfollow people who make you feel bad about yourself. It's the easiest way to stop playing the comparison game, and then start following people who inspire you and let the algorithm work for you rather than against you for once. And when you make a mistake, forgive yourself. You do this for all the people in your life, so now you need to do it for yourself. You could go even further and see what you can learn from this error. Having a growth mindset is a great way to turn missteps into something positive. You should surround yourself with supporters and cheerleaders. If you don't fully believe in yourself, then let others build you up until you can do it for yourself. And another useful tool is reframing the mistake, because it can help you to see it from a different perspective. So is the failure entirely negative, or can you learn something from it? Or was it actually a failure at all? Or were you just being unnecessarily harsh with yourself? And the final element is mindfulness, and this really goes hand in hand with self-compassion. When you're mindful, it's much easier to see a situation clearly. Mindfulness brings you into the moment so that you can see something without the baggage of the past, present, or future. And this is another important aspect of self-compassion. So there are lots of practical things that you can do to include mindfulness in your day. You can journal your feelings. This is a great way to get them out of the feedback loop in your head and onto paper. Once you can read them, you'll be able to be more clear about what you're feeling and why, and then you can reframe them or dismiss them. Goodtherapy.org has a great suggestion, and they say writing a kind letter to yourself, or kind letters to yourself, even better. This means you will have to slow down and think about what you need and what your positive attributes are, not to mention using positive language towards yourself. And of course, meditation is also really effective for being more mindful. And it's good practice to allow all your feelings and emotions to flow, but without judging them. It will once again help you to see them more clearly and objectively. So I hope this short little episode will help you to take all that compassion that you have for your kids and your family and your friends and the world and to shine it onto yourself. At the end of the day, no matter how much you want to deny it, you are an incredibly important person in your own life, the most important in fact, and you deserve to be treated with love, kindness, and compassion. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Drop me a DM on Instagram or post on the Working Homeschool Moms support group over on Facebook, and let me know what resonated the most with you. It would also be great if you could rate, review, and subscribe, or share the podcast with a working homeschool mom who might need it. It's my mission to support as many working homeschool moms as possible. Until next time, take care. Hello and welcome to the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms. This is Charlotte Jones. I'm a homeschool coach and homeschooling mom of twin boys. I know it can feel really overwhelming to keep all the balls in the air all the time. So each week I chat about tips and strategies for being